Bob and I were talking about a while back, actually. And, Jason David Frank has about a 13-year-old daughter. We made the idea, he's already training her in martial arts. She's already a solid actor. She's already a performer.
So she should be ready to be a Power Ranger soon, then.
Exactly! Can you fucking imagine Tammy,
no, Tammy's his wife.
Tammy's his wife. Alyssa.
Jenna.
Jenna. Jenna Frank being a fucking Power Ranger.
Being a Red Ranger.
Being the first female lead Red Ranger. Second, because you did have.
Don't even, because she was fucking awesome. I'm sorry, she was fucking awesome.
Okay, yes. The Red Ranger, the second Red Ranger in Samurai was fantastic.
She was bloody fantastic.
She was so much better than that series. She was such a better actress than that series called for.
Oh, she was so good.
But
another thud moment.
You see, I have one moment and everybody's like, "Oh, sweet Jesus," but these guys can be like, "Thud."
We're men,
and
we're allowed to have multiple thud moments. We can't even control it half the time.
You're allowed to have multiple thud moments, but not multiple squishy moments. That's a girl thing.
Oh my! Three-way call. Three-way call.
Wait a minute. Isn't that still the wrong podcast?
Yes.
That kind of talk still.
Yes.
I mean. And here's the thing, they do a really good job. They've done a really good job. I've actually been watching the current season of Power Rangers because I've had nothing better to do. I actually really like the costumes. The costumes for that series are actually really solid. They look really nice. The problem is, it's Neo Saban bullshit again, where, hey, we had this kind of resurgence with Dino Charge where we actually were able to get character development, get stories, but then we have, in the new season, Ninja Steel.
Wait, are we cycling back through again then?
They're Ninja Steel, but they're fucking
Ninja
morphers.
Steel.
Their fucking morphers are Beyblade tops.
Sweet Jesus.
I'm not even kidding.
So the next thud you're gonna hear is my head hitting the table.
They are ninja stars. But they put them in these giant fucking plastic
that makes things them spin.
They spin them. At which point they morph, and it's fucking weird because
you better make sure you spin that hard enough, or you're not gonna morph all the way.
Where the fuck are they pulling them from? Because I'm telling you...
Oh my.
I'm telling you. The fucking female ranger who's... One of the female rangers who's the White Ranger, she wears skin-tight jeans the entire time in her fucking...
Then you know where she's pulling it out from.
Boy. But, that's the thing. Where the fuck are they pulling these from? Where the fuck is this happening? And also, how the fuck did a character who was on a spaceship for 15 years learn how to fucking drive? No, he was a child when he was abducted by aliens, and he ended up becoming a slave for 10 or 15 years, and then he ends up all of a sudden knowing how to drive, knowing how to integrate perfectly with human society after being
magic.
Power Rangers logic.
No, it's TV magic. God. Have you people never watched a TV show before? How do you explain that? Magic.
So I got to rein it in here in a minute. The producer's calling for our break here. Now, we have coming up more rants, I guess. I don't know.
Rants and ravings of the mad men sitting in this room.
We have coming up, and women. Star Wars. We have coming up.
Now.
We have coming up Star Wars, Moana, and a whole lot more next here on a Slack Off the Show.
What is going on, guys? This is the loose cannon, Nate the effing Great, here to tell you about a great company known as AJsBelts.com. Why are they so great, you ask? Well, let me tell you, they have every single championship belt that you can imagine, from classic championships to modernized championships. Hell, even they do MMA championships. They have great deals on championship belts, and I know what you're thinking. What if you can't afford them right now? No problem. They have a great layaway program, as well as if you go through PayPal credit, you can get your championship belts right away. A&J's Belts, the proud sponsors of the Squared Circle Podcast.
So as we said at the beginning of the show, a Slack Off the Show is live on Spreaker, iTunes, Player.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Satchel Player for your iPhone and Android, and Castbox.fm.
Let's not forget to say our thanks to the Elite Ringside Network and, of course, our wonderful producer, Spencer Hart.
Hello! Make sure, if you are a wrestling fan, to check out our boys over at the Squared Circle Podcast and Smart Money and the rest of the Elite Ringside Network programming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spencer Hart from the Elite Ringside Network. Wanted to let you know about some amazing news. You can now listen to all of our great programming on the new Satchel Podcast Player for your Android and iPhones. Here's the deal. While you're listening to us on Satchel, you can send us a few dollars to make all of our amazing shows even better. So if you're listening to us right now on Satchel, go ahead and click on that donate button to send us some much appreciated donations. And if you're not listening to us on Satchel, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Download the podcast player right now at satchelplayer.com. Exclusive friends of the Elite Ringside Network.
And we're back here at Slack Off the Show, live on Spreaker.com, iTunesPlayer.fm, PodDirectory.com, Stitcher.com, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Castbox.com, and the Satchel Player for your iPhone and Android.
That does mean phones down.
Hey, they actually got it through it without having to,
Without almost passing out.
hyperventilating.
Well, I tried doing it, the first time I tried doing it like Spencer, and,
Nearly
well,
died.
no. He has a lot more practice than I do, obviously. We're back here, as I said, on the Elite Ringside Network studio. Next up, we have a Star Wars discussion.
Star Wars!
Okay. The
Dun,
worst.
dun, 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 dun,
Oh, I actually have a
dun.
really good story about this. From when episode 3 came out. Okay, this is a long time ago, but this is something I remember absolutely like. No, okay. But I'll remember this probably till the end of my days. I went and saw episode 3 in theaters probably about a week after it came out. Yeah. But I went and saw episode 3 about a week after it came out in theaters. You know,
Totally a week ago.
yes, totally a week ago. I have time traveled.
Well,
or I have completely desensitized myself and not seen a Star Wars movie, just like the guy who in the small town in Oregon who still doesn't know who won the election.
Terrifying.
No, there's a guy who actually...
Yeah, that's terrifyingly stupid. That's just terrifying.
It's bad. But anyway, no, I went to go see episode 3 when it came out, and I was wearing a black button-down shirt that I had opened because it was warmer than I expected. And I came back from the bathroom as the Imperial March started playing. As the Imperial March started playing, and at the end when Darth Vader was, looking over the Death Star, I'm walking down the aisle in a darkened movie theater with the back of my button-down shirt actually flowing behind me. There is like a 10-year-old kid in the aisle seat. He takes one look over in my direction, turns over to his mother, and starts crying. I'm not a scary-looking person, but apparently...
That's all a matter of opinion.
Maybe, but no, without a doubt. But I scared a small child because of a bad coincidence.
Okay,
Well,
hold on. No, I gotta
sure?
tell one quick story then before we get back to Star Wars. Now, I'm sitting with my best friend, Amanda, and we are driving. And this little girl looks over at my best friend. This is at the time where my best friend was at her gothiest. She literally used to wear those little fucking moldable vampire teeth that you can get at Hot Topic.
Right.
You still can get them every Halloween. She was wearing them, just to be wearing them. And this little girl looks over at her while we're sitting at a stoplight. And the little girl smiles at her and waves, and Amanda smiles a toothy grin back. And this little girl screams and is talking frantically to her father as we
Move on.
go right through the green light now.
So,
And we're just laughing.
so I have a question for you, Frost. Are you sure that the little child was not crying about the end of that movie because they forced that so hard?
They did. I mean, they did force the ending so hard.
Force.
And don't believe me, this will not be the last conversation about Star Wars. I've got some people personally that I want to bring in to have this conversation because, you know, I know some real hardcore Star Wars freaking geeks.
Yeah, no, it's like, but it's also the thing, like, you know, there are people who enjoy the prequels. There are people who enjoyed the prequel movies. My brother actually quite enjoyed Episode 3 specifically. He did not touch Episodes 1 and 2.
Zach is so brainwashed. He loves everything Star Wars. He's like, I've watched them so many times, it doesn't matter. I love Star Wars so much, I love the prequels. And I'm like, you have problems,
but you have people who liked the Star Wars prequels, just like you have people who like the Matrix sequels. I mean...
No, we're not getting into that.
Not
I'm not
today.
getting into that. So, and I'm not even putting that on the list right now because no. So, before we do go any further, I want to make sure that everybody is aware. We do have a Facebook page. I want to make sure that we got that out there before we go any further.
Go on to Facebook, look us up. You can find it under a Slack of the show.
Off.
A Slack of the show.
Yes.
Yeah,
yep.
totally.
No, we're totally not searching for a cease and desist at this point. No, not at all.
Hey, give me a break.
The name's not derivative.
I kept being
Andy
told
Finn.
I couldn't say bad things, and when I think slack off, I was not thinking slack off. And you can tell by the motion that I'm doing, and no, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot, but you can imagine it.
Anyway, oh my. So
Again, wrong show.
yeah, Facebook. Make sure you check us out. Comment. We want the comments. We want to know what you guys want to hear about. We want to know what you want to hear. Because
Tell us what you want us to rant and rave about. Have specific questions if you want.
Oh yeah, by all means, specific questions are great. If you want us to go see a movie, if you want us to go rent a movie, yeah, we're cheap. But anyway,
We'll sit down, we'll watch it, we'll review it for you, we'll let you know maybe what we thought, and you can leave what you thought in the comments, and we can have a back and forth even.
all right. So now let's actually go into what we were meaning to talk about with Star Wars instead of ranting and raving at random. The Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
The actual, like...
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
it too.
honestly.
I thought it was a really well done... I thought they did a really good job.
There was
of
a little bit
retcon.
more...
I actually think it had the potential... Yes, okay, I understand. Doing away with the extended universe sucks.
See, but that's...
There was a little more space cockney than I was expecting, but...
See, what they did away with. It's not even that they did away with the extended universe. I mean, yes, okay. Doing away with the extended universe, that hurt. I think that's going to hurt the Star Wars franchise in the long run. Again, in the long run,
It
you're
also
already
gives them
killing...
a chance to give an entirely new universe, 2 new books.
But you're killing off this story that you have...
But they're
people...
not. But they're not, because the whole Revan storyline from the extended universe is still in the Old Republic stuff. Still
right.
not,
but what we're missing...
Yes, we're missing Han and Leia's kids.
We're missing
Mara Jade, anyone?
I was getting to that. We are missing the Jedi love of my life, Mara Jade.
Luke's too.
Like I said.
But here's the thing, and I'm curious because of the title of Episode 8 to the point where we're not. I mean, yes, the Force has awakened in Episode 7, which means that the Force is back.
Well, the Force never went anywhere.
The Force, that's true. The Force never went.
The Force is in all things.
It was a sleeping.
The Force wasn't asleep.
It was
People were lazy.
Yeah, you know. That's valid.
People got fucking lazy.
Kind of like today.
But the last...
Welcome to a Slack Off the Show.
But the title of Episode 8 being The Last Jedi could mean a lot of things.
Yeah.
Oh, by all means, it could mean a lot of things, or it could mean the rebirth of the Last Jedi, which would be Luke. This could mean the rebirth of Luke Skywalker as a Jedi. this could mean, or it could mean we're in for another death of one of our favorite characters.
Hey, you know, the way they handled Han's death, by the way, spoilers for anyone,